right, let's try this again. It's the makeup race for the Diamond Classic here at Lucas Oil Speedway, the Diamond of Dirt Tracks. Right now, you're going to go a good look at the Diamond of Lake Racing down there as we get the drone giving you a great shot of this racetrack and this facility. They don't call it the Diamond of Dirt Tracks for nothing. Welcome here to Wheatland, Missouri, as we make up a $25,000 to win main event here this evening. We've got 36 of the best sprint car drivers in the world ready to take on the 3/8 mile here in Wheatland, Missouri. My name is Chase Rodman up here in the Hasty Bake Grills booth, ready for another night of racing action with Kubota High Limit Racing. Just 3 race nights left to go before the inaugural season for this series comes to a close. And boy, do we have some great weather here tonight for racing. This place looks a lot different from when we left here last time when it was a torrential downpour and we about got swept away. 77 degrees here tonight, winds at just 3 miles per hour, and clear skies. Honestly, cannot see a single cloud in the sky here tonight. Could not ask for a better day for racing. Got a real nice crowd making its way into the huge grandstands that they have here at this racetrack. Let's take a look at the race schedule for this evening. Nothing too crazy, nothing out of the ordinary. Hot laps and qualifying will kick things off for the 36 cars in attendance here this evening. Heat races, a dash, a B main 35-lap feature, $25,000 to the winner and $1,500 to start. The winner earlier this year, before we rained out the prelim night, was Tyler Courtney in an absolutely incredible race where he came from the 9th position to pick up the win. Now, one thing that is a little bit, we don't have it shown in that graphic there. The top 4 from that race that night, Tyler Courtney, Brad Sweet, James McFadden, and Tanner Thorson, those 4 do not have to qualify for tonight's race program. In the High Limit rule book, as many of you, maybe you're a familiar viewer, you watch a lot of High Limit, you know the rule book. When we go to the same racetrack 2 nights in a row, the top 4 from the first night do not have to qualify for the second night program. It is a little bit weird, though, because we did rain out, but it would not be fair at all to those 4 guys if they did not get to, experience the luxury of being in that top 4, not having to qualify. So those 4 drivers, Courtney, Sweet, McFadden, and Thorson, they will start 4th automatically in their heat races tonight. As long as they stay in the top 5, they will go to the dash. Here are some of the notable entries to talk about coming in, or actually, let's look at the track facts. I'm getting ahead of myself. The track facts here at Lucas Oil. We're here in Wheatland, Missouri. 2001 was when they opened up the Diamond of Dirt Tracks, and they've got a whole lot more than this 3/8 mile dirt track. They've got, as we saw earlier on, the lake over there for drag boat racing. They've got a trophy truck track. They've got a go-kart track behind the main grandstand. They got all kinds of great stuff here. 3/8 miles, semi-banked, and the track record before the rains came on that June 29th evening. Rico Abreu, we got qualifying in, and he set the new track record at a 12.829 seconds. That was back on June 29th of earlier this year, 2024. Here are those notable entries we're talking about. Ryan Timms, what an incredible performance yesterday behind the wheel of the Liebig Motorsports number 10 car. His first night in the car, first time at I-70. He comes home with his best ever High Limit Racing finish, a second place result. Scott Paguski, the former driver of that number 10 car in the 17 GP, the Michael Dutcher car. Then we got Brian Brown and Gunnar Ramey. Ramey, one of the few drivers in the field tonight that was not here yesterday at I-70. Garrett Williamson, Logan Seavey, Emerson Axum, Scotty Thiel, Xavier Doney, and Aaron Reitzel. Just a couple of the main contenders to watch out for coming into this night of racing at the Lucas Oil Speedway. Now, Tony Laporte, I see you hanging out down there in the infield. You got a pretty good view down there. We've had some really good discussions here today, Tony, about all kinds of different things. Many, many hours of discussions, and most of it was talking about how excited we are to get going here tonight at Lucas Oil Speedway.
Yeah, no kidding, Chase. Super excited to be back here for the Diamond Classic. You talked about that aerial shot they were showing from the drone a little while ago. That's Lake Lucas you were looking at here at Lucas Oil Speedway, 4,000 feet long approximately. It's the first ever purpose-built jet drag boat lake racing facility. My jet drag boat knowledge is kind of showing through right now. But that is just one part of the things that you and I were almost debating today coming out to Wheatland, Missouri. And it's how cool, how exciting this facility is. It's beautiful. We learned that back here in June. It's a big sprawling property between the Lake Lucas. They've got the old off-road track. They even have the go-kart track right behind the front stretch grandstands. If you remember, I think it was back on the Friday before we raced here in June, I was out on that go-kart track. Tyler McKim, our producer, said he didn't want me out there embarrassing people and kind of upsetting the kids that were paying to drive. So no go-kart track here for me tonight. But yeah, down here in the infield, Lucas Oil Speedway, it's really cool to be back. Obviously, we weren't anticipating that after what was supposed to be a quick 2-night show back here in June, but it's great to be back down here in the infield, especially when you consider that this place was almost, it felt like we were going to be tornadoed out of here on Saturday night. People were scrambling. Trailers were moving. Everybody was trying to get out of here, and it's good that everything and everyone remained safe. I'm excited to be back here tonight because just like where we were last evening, I-70 Speedway in Odessa, we also raced there back in June for the Race Routine Foundation weekend. And I think you saw a very different racetrack last night at I-70, and I anticipate you'll also see a different racetrack in some way, shape, or form than what we saw here on the Friday night back in June. But also think about that track back here in June, Chase, on the one night we did get to race was awesome. We saw tons of really good passing. Tyler Courtney scored the victory that night. He came from 9th on the starting grid. He was also that night's Durst Dice Roll driver. So it's a little bit cooler. Might see the track dry out. Might see the track get a little bit wider, a little bit earlier on. Again, they did an awesome job last night at I-70 for the FVP Platinum Batteries Midweek Money Championship presented by Avanti Windows and Doors Showdown. The Classic, the Diamond Classic here, promises to be another really fun race with Kubota High Limit Racing. I quickly have to just say a massive thank you to two friends I made back in the backstretch pit area before we got going here tonight. Jacob and Amanda from St. Louis presented me, Chase, with this incredibly heartfelt and cool gift. That's right, that is a hat with my name, I'm Tony, and that's a microphone. That's what this is. And they made me a custom hat. They brought it to me here tonight to Lucas Oil Speedway, and they presented me with it, and I just think that it was so cool, and I'm so grateful to race fans that come out and support our events. They buy a ticket, they sit in the seats, or they buy a FloRacing subscription, and they watch all night, every night, all season long. A massive thank you to everyone who came out, and a special thank you to my new friends Jacob and Amanda for the hat. And Chase, I already know what you're thinking. No, you cannot wear this, but I will sign your Kubota hat later on tonight, okay? So,
Tony,
well, yes.
I was going to say, I would actually maybe wear that if it said Reporta. We need to get a different version of it, say Reporta on there. I might wear that.
No, Chase, see, that doesn't work because my name is La Porta. See how that works? I'm flipping you off there to the camera. I didn't mean to do that.
Wow.
But, yeah, really cool hat, really cool gift. And Jacob and Amanda are just two of the fans that come out and make these races and these weeks and these seasons possible. So always want to say thank you to everybody who tunes in, watches live on Flow, but especially thank you to the people who come out and are a part of these events. So I'm going to try this on. I've got the strap open all the way on the back so it'll fit over my dome. Probably still won't fit if we're being honest. But we're going to take a break. Don't go anywhere because we're coming back here with more live coverage of the makeup night of the Kubota High Limit Racing Diamond Classic in Wheatland, Missouri here at the Lucas Oil Speedway.
Drivers and teams preparing themselves for Dirt Draft Hot Laps, which is coming up here in about 5 minutes' time. We're here at the Lucas Oil Speedway for the makeup race of the Diamond Classic with Kubota, High Limit Racing, Chase Rodman, and Tony Laporta bringing all the action here on FloRacing. We already mentioned a little bit at the top of the show, but the race that we had the last time that we were here at Lucas Oil Speedway, if tonight can be just half as good as what we saw earlier this year, then we are all in for a show. You'll be on the edge of your seat, whether you're watching here in the grandstand, you'll be on the edge of your couch or your recliner or whatever it is, if we can get a race half as good as this one. Let's go racing off at turn number 4. We are green. Rolling into 1 and 2. Corey Day going to try and fight to the outside of Cy Lynch, but Lynch is going to have the race lead down the back straightaway. Car number 42 looking to lead his first lap of the 2024 season with Kubota High Limit Racing. He will do it here tonight at Lucas Oil Speedway. Lynch goes to the bottom in turn number 1. Corey Day trying to get the high side rolling here early on in this feature event. Cy Lynch gets a good jump over Corey Day as they work back into turn number 1. Corey Day trying to work to the outside. He's got the lead down the back straightaway. Corey Day to the top spot. Cy Lynch drives it back to the inside in turn 1, slides up the hill, but Corey Day will lead lap number 4. Day looking for back-to-back victories with Kubota High Limit Racing. Cy Lynch not going to let him get too far away. Courtney underneath of Brad Sweet. There's an issue for Corey Day. Day's off the pace in turn 4. Corey Day's off the pace and the caution flag comes out for your race leader. Back to the green flag. Good restart there for Cy Lynch. The contact on the restart. Tanner Thorson may have gotten over the back of Justin Peck. Stacks up the back part of the field. We're going to stay green for now. Cy Lynch showing the way. Around the bottom, he's been there the entire race. Brad Sweet gonna try and zip around the outside and catch up to him as they work back down the front straightaway. Now Sunshine with an interesting maneuver right there, and it's gonna work for him. Tyler Courtney looking for second off at turn number 4. Tyler Courtney, that was a close call right there. Your top 2 in the championship standings nearly got together in turn 1. Car into the infield, Brian Bell. We will stay green. Meanwhile, Cy Lynch's lead that last time by is a 1.6 second advantage. Tyler Blank into the infield. We stay green. The race is on for second place. Down the back straightaway. The top 2 in the championship. Racing for it. Off at turn number 4. Side by side, but Brad Sweet still got the spot. Don't count Justin Peck and McFadden out of this battle as well. 4-car battle maybe shaping up for P2 while Cy Lynch rides off to the Missouri sunset. Halfway point that time by Cy Lynch. Oh, car around, it's Justin Peck. And upside down, big time in turn 4, it's Rico Abreu. Oh, that's Brent Marks, excuse me. Brent Marks upside down in turn 4. We've got cars hitting the racetrack now for Dirt Draft Hot Laps, essentially a practice session for the drivers racing here tonight. They'll get about 4 laps or so to get the feel of their cars before they come back out for their 2 laps of qualifying here in just a few moments. Let's introduce you to the drivers in our first hot lap session of the night. At the end of the back straightaway, the white, black, and red car, it is the driver out of Myerstown, Pennsylvania. It's the M&M Painting and Construction, McGrew-Bid.com. BAPS Paint, Livewire Customs, number 19. That is Brent Marks. Brent Marks in car number 19. And you cannot miss this car out on the racetrack. The driver from Lemoore, California. It's the Honest Abe Roofing Metal Supply Depot, FK Shocks, number 16 TH. It's Cole Macedo. Cole Macedo in the 16 TH. And from Overland Park, Kansas, the J.B. Henderson Construction, Mesquite Valley Transportation, Smith Titanium, Miller Bonded, Giacomo's Vineyard, number 45X. That's Jace Park. Jace Park in the 45X. And from St. Mary's, New South Wales, Australia, the BR Motorsports, Titan Machinery, Elite Installation, Zip Bonds, King Racing Products, number 55V. That's the Madman, Kerry Madsen. Kerry Madsen in the 55V. From Kokomo, Indiana, the Dirty Air, Ike's Performance, Donna's Pool and Patio, Octane 8, number 9P. It's the law firm, Parker Price Miller. Parker Price Miller in the 9P. And from Columbia, Missouri, the Fisher Body Shop, SNS Nationwide, LRI, CNEX, Eagle Stop, Sorrells, Impact Signs, number 23. It's Garrett Williamson. Garrett Williamson in the 23. And making his way into turn number 2 now from Enumclaw, Washington, the Casey Kane Racer, Mike Kerr, Brumo's Collection, Factory Kane Shocks, Kane Screen Print number 9. That's 45-year-old Casey Kane. Casey Kane in car number 9. And the final driver in our first practice session of the night comes to us from Franklin, Indiana. He drives the holiday installation WCI Klossmeyer Petrie Motorsports IPC Z-Max, number 27 of Emerson Axum. Emerson Axum in the 27. Those are the drivers in our first Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night. Dirt Draft will be the presenting sponsor of Hot Laps for every High Limit Racing event in 2024. The Dirt Draft app allows you to play against hundreds of dirt racing fans across the country. Simply select 5 drivers each night while staying under a $100,000 salary cap and accumulate points in the process. Use those points in the speed shop to buy all kinds of things. Green flag comes out on our first practice session of the night here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Lap times are in the books here. We got the first one at the top of the speed chart here, 15:9:34 for Kerry Madsen. Now Cole Macedo in his Lucas Oil Speedway debut goes to the top. He's replaced by Kerry Madsen, 15:5:75 for the Madman. Brent Marks now finds himself at the top. There goes Madsen right back by him though, 15:109. Kerry Madsen with that 15:109. Now it's that still is the best time so far for him. Second spot right now is Cole Macedo, 15:396. Drivers getting a couple of extra laps here compared to what we would normally see in a practice session. Now the yellow lights come on. And so Kerry Madsen, first time here since 2009, finds himself at the top of the speed charts here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps at a 15:109. He is followed by Cole Macedo in second at 15:396. Brent Marks in third at 15:419. Then you got Garrett Williamson in fourth at 15:427. And Casey Kane in fifth at 15:631. The drivers now are being instructed over their one-way communication radio system that they will pace around slowly and help pack the racing surface in. Now, normally when we do this, it does improve the lap times relatively significantly. We could possibly see our first 14-second lap of the night, but the drivers pacing around for 1 or 2 laps, and now the green lights come back on, and we'll see if we can get an improvement of the lap times. New driver to the top, first 14-second lap of the night is Brent Marks, 14.430. Cole Macedo right behind him. Kerry Madsen back to the top as the white flag comes out. Well, on his final lap there in Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 1, Kerry Madsen turns in a 13.850 second lap time. He's at the top of the speed chart so far in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. He's followed by Brent Marks at 13.890. Those two drivers the only ones in the 13-second bracket. Garrett Williamson in third at 14.089. Cole Macedo fourth, 14.462. And fifth is Casey Kane in car number 9 at a 14.695 as session number 2 now that makes their way onto the racetrack. The first driver in session number 2 making his way down the back straightaway is from Clute, Texas. He drives the Fulkins Brothers Trucking STC Bargain Barn American Table Commercial Edge. Number 87, it's Aaron Reitzel. Aaron Reitzel in the 87. And lined up next to him on the back straightaway from Ankeny, Iowa, it's the C&D Elevator Construction, Hireview Enterprises, Youngco Builders, Tom Davis Automotive. Number 44, it's Chris Martin. Chris Martin in the 44. And from McLaren Vale, South Australia, the Michael Dutcher Motorsports Lifestyle Homes, Griffin's Propane, Parallax Motorsports, number 17 GP, it's Scott Boguski. Scott Boguski in the 17 GP. From Lubbock, Texas, the Horizon Whiskey Carbon Safety Technology, Lubbock Wrecker, 5 Nights Truck Accessories, ShopTruckParts.com. Number 1, it's 18-year-old Brenham Crouch. Brenham Crouch in the number 1. And on the back straightaway as well, getting fired off now from Clovis, California. It's the Sander Engineering, Four Seas Construction, Autry Plumbing, SynCal, Driven to Save Lives. Number 14 of Corey Day. Corey Day in the 14. From Hanover, Pennsylvania, the Pell's Tire Service, RF Knox Company, the Auto Barn, RSI Outdoors, number 1A. That is Jacob Allen. Jacob Allen in the 1A. And a driver joining us here tonight was not with us last night at I-70 from Leduc, Alberta, Canada. The Warrior Building Development, Pack Rat Dumpsters, Nelson Brothers Construction, Building Packages Direct, number 99. That is Skylar G. Skylar G in the 99. And from Odessa, Missouri, the Motor Haven, Schnee Lawson Chassis Design Source Flooring, Able Group, TNT Equine, number 74. It's Xavier Doney. Xavier Doney in car number 74. Those are the drivers in your second Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night as the green lights come on and the flagman up in the Foley Equipment flag stand gives them the signal to turn them loose. We're underway once again. Nobody able to jump to the top of the speed charts quite yet. Brenham Crouch, now Corey Day up to third at 14.049. New driver into the top of the, or at the top of the speed charts now is Corey Day, and car number 14 turns in a 13.754. Now the fastest overall in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Kerry Madsen in second, Brent Marks in third. Fourth is the 87 of Aaron Reitzel. His lap time was a 14.083, and then Garrett Williamson rounds out the top 5. Xavier Doney, Brenham Crouch, Skylar G, Cole Macedo, and Scott Boguski the top 10, with still, I believe, 2 more groups left to make that, 3 more groups left to come out. The next couple of cars making their way onto the racetrack. And speaking of 3, there is a driver that's got a lot of laps around this place from Gravelly Mills, Missouri, the Ozark Barge and Dock Wet Steps, High Performance Lubricants, Himpton Gravel, number 3 of Ayrton Jeniton. Ayrton Jeniton in car number 3. And from Monrovia, Indiana, the Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, RKL Paving, number 13. The driver is Justin Peck. Justin Peck in the 13. And from St. Helena, California, the Rico Abreu, Kerbag Ajanian Racing, Mesquite Valley Transportation, El Bandito, Yankee Tequila, ArcZone.com, Carmen Trucking, number 24. The track record holder at Lucas Oil Speedway, Rico Abreu. Rico Abreu in the 24. And on the back straightaway, a pair of 21s from Higginsville, Missouri. The Casey's, FVP, Andy's Frozen Custard, Dittsville Transfer, Impact Signs, Restless Spirits, number 21, a Blackjack, Brian Brown. Brian Brown in the 21. And from St. Helena, Missouri, the G&T Farms, Impact Signs, Awnings and Wraps, Terry Newton's Racing, A Masonry Materials, number 21R, it's Gunnar Ramey. Gunnar Ramey in the 21R. From Visalia, California, the Commercial Edge, Rasmussen Service Center, Elliott's Custom Trailers, Fulkins Brothers Trucking. Fatheads Eyewear, number 8. That is Corey Eliason. Corey Eliason in car number 8. Making his way off the 4th quarter now from Canton, Illinois, the NOS Energy Drink, Logan Contractor, Elliott's Custom Trailers, TK Concrete, Zip Bonds. Number 55, it's Chris Wyndham. Chris Wyndham in the 55. And from Sutter, California, the Mount Mechanical, Health Turf Farms, MPV Express, the Hayloft, number 24S. The driver is Logan Seavey. Logan Seavey in the 24S. And the final car in this session, making his Lucas Oil Speedway debut here tonight from Sheboygan, Wisconsin. The Scottfield Builders, Gibbsville Cheese, Professional Plating, Ludwig & Sons Trucking, Total Restoration number 73 of Scotty Thiel. Scotty Thiel in the 73 as we go green on hot lap session number 3 here tonight at the Diamond Classic. Justin Peck fastest so far, up to the 4th position on the timing screen. 13.976 for Peck. No one able to jump into the top 3 as the checkered flag comes out. So the fastest driver in that session and 4th quick overall is the 13 of Justin Peck. He's 4th at 13.976. Corey Day still the fastest at 13.754. Kerry Madsen in 2nd, 13.850. Brent Marks in 3rd, 13.890. Then Peck in 4th, and Corey Eliason from that group jumps into the top 5 at a 14.014. Aaron Reitzel, Garrett Williamson, Xavier Doney, Chris Wyndham, and Brenham Crouch. The top 10 in Dirt Draft Hot Laps so far, with 2 more groups left to come out. First car to make his appearance onto the racetrack in group number 4. He is from Lebanon, Indiana. He drives the True Timber Camo, Nice Crete and Landis Block, JRC Transportation, High Performance Lubricants, PhilPools.com. Number 5, that is Spencer Baston. Spencer Baston in car number 5. And a 2nd place finish last night for the young driver out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. The West River Trailer Sales, CP Excavating and Mining, McDonald Farms, Olson Towing, number 10 of Ryan Timms. Ryan Timms in the number 10. And from Warrensburg, Missouri, the Beaver Drill and Tools, Saw Drill Manufacturing, Bleeding Disorders of the Heartland, number 12X of Cameron Key. Cameron Key in the 12X. And also on the racetrack, from Memphis, Tennessee, the Mike's Pool Care, Center Farms, Stinson's Industrial, River City Hydraulics, number 40 of Howard Moore. Howard Moore in car number 40. Making his way off of turn number 4 now, from Liberal, Kansas, the Bybee Electric, Trucks Plus, Mel Hamilton Racing, Donut Racing Engines, number 36. The driver is Jason Martin. Jason Martin in the 36. And from Terre Haute, Indiana, the Honest Abe Roofing Metal Supply Depot, number 14N, that is Kevin Newton. Kevin Newton in the 14N. And final car in this 4th practice session is from Angola, Indiana, driving the Sundollar Restoration, Ford Performance, Sage Fruit, Race Reading Foundation, number 26 of Zeb Wise. Zeb Wise in the 26 as we go green on Dirt Draft practice session number 4. Fastest so far is Howard Moore. He's 12th quick overall at a 14.196. Zeb Wise jumps up to 2nd quick now. Baston goes to the top. 13.713 for car number 5. While Spencer Baston in car number 5, fresh off of 4 straight top 5 finishes. He is now the fastest here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps at 13.707. Corey Day is 2nd. Zeb Wise in that group up to 3rd quick at 13.755. Then Kerry Madsen 4th and Brent Marks in 5th. Ryan Timms 6th. 7th is Justin Peck. 8th Howard Moore. 9th Corey Eliason. And 10th is Aaron Reitzel. Your final practice session of the night is made up of the drivers that do not have to qualify for tonight's race program due to their finishing position at the first night of the Diamond Classic earlier on this year before the rain out. These drivers will start automatically in the 4th position in their heat races later on with a great chance to make the dash. Let's take a look at these 4 cars. One of them, the most recent winner here at Lucas Oil Speedway with High Limit Racing from Indianapolis, Indiana, the NOS Energy Drink, Logan Contractor, or make that Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Spire Motorsports, number 7 BC of Sunshine, Tyler Courtney. Tyler Courtney in the 7 BC. And last night's feature winner at I-70 Speedway, also on the racetrack from Grass Valley, California, the Casey Kane Raceway, Mike Kerr, Napa Auto Parts, Brumo's Collection, Maximum Racels, number 49. It's the Big Cat, Brad Sweet. Brad Sweet in the 49. And also on the racetrack from Minden, Nevada, the Smith Titanium Factory Cane, Mississippi Valley Transportation, Maximal Oil, Hall of Vodka, number 88. It's Tanner Thorson. Tanner Thorson in the 88. And the final car in this session from Alice Springs, Northern Territory, Australia, the Mobile One Toyota Racing Development, Roth Enterprises, HR Livestock Transportation, number 83 of James McFadden. James McFadden, the 83 as we go green. Final practice session of the night. Brad Sweet quickly to the 2nd spot on the timing sheet. How about Tanner Thorson going to the top, 13.483. Thorson goes better on lap 2, 13.396. Now Courtney goes to the top as the checkered flag comes out. Well, how about it for Tanner Thorson, the fastest overall tonight in Dirt Draft Hot Laps, a 13.126 for the Rod Gross Motorsports number 88 car. All 4 of those drivers make up the top 4 in practice. Courtney was 2nd at 13.310, Brad Sweet in 3rd at 13.345, and James McFadden in 4th at 13.648. Then Spencer Baston in 5th, Corey Day in 6th, 7th was Zeb Wise, 8th was Kerry Madsen, 9th Brent Marks, and 10th was Ryan Timms. Well, race fans, the next thing you'll see on the racetrack is Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. 2 cars on the racetrack at the same time, going for 2 laps around the racetrack. The best of their 2 laps will line them up for a heat race later on this evening. Capital Renegade Custom Trailers and Coaches, the number 1 Renegade Toter Home dealers and the number 1 Intech trailer dealers. No one sells more Toter Homes or Intech trailers than Capital Renegade Custom Trailers and Coaches. If you're in the market for a Toter Home or a trailer, trust the people that are there in the pits with you and that support the sport. Check out their complete lineup at www.capitalrenegade.com. We mentioned it earlier, the track record established on June 29th before the rain came here. It was by Rico Abreu at a 12.829 second lap. 12829, so we're not too far off. A 13.126 in hot laps there from Tanner Thorson, so maybe we will see a 12-second lap time during this qualifying session in just a few moments. The qualifying session with 36 cars is split into 2 flights. So the drivers in Flight A, they will heat race against each other, and the drivers in Flight B will heat race against each other as well. Usually at a dirt race, the track will start to slow down as the qualifying session goes on. So splitting the field in half does help the drivers that drew a later pill in the pill draw system earlier on this afternoon. So that is why we go into a 2-flight format to try and help out mitigating the loss in time that the track usually goes through here during a dirt racing night, as our first 2 qualifiers make their way to the racetrack now. First 2 cars are led out by the driver from Franklin, Indiana. It's the Holiday Installation WCI Classifier Peachtree Motorsports IPC Z-Max number 27 of Emerson Axum. And from Enumclaw, Washington, the Casey Kane Raceway Mike Kerr, Brumo's Collection, Factory Kane Shots, Kane Screen Print number 9 of Casey Kane. Lap 1 for Emerson Axum is going to be a 13.548.135.48. Lap number 1 for Casey Kane is going to be to the top, a great lap, 13.196, 13196. Lap number 2 for Emerson Axum is going to be better, just barely, to a 13.544. And lap number 2 for Casey Kane is better, 13.002, 13002, nearly into the 12-second bracket, and really not that far off off the track record right now. Just over a tenth of a second off the track record. Casey Kane, a 13.002 on his lap. Next two cars from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the M&M Painting and Construction, McGrewBid.com, Baps Paint, Livewire Customs, number 19, it is Brent Marks. And also on the racetrack from Columbia, Missouri, the Fisher Body Shop, S&S Nationwide, LRI, CNEX, Eel Stop, Sorrells, Impact Signs, number 23 of Garrett Williamson. Lap one for Brent Marks. He is going to be second quick, 13.102, 131.02. Williamson, the former track record holder, is third quick on lap one, 13.339, 13339. Brent Marks, lap number two for him is going to be a little bit slower, 13.163, 13163. Lap two for Garrett Williamson is going to be better, 13.241. He stays in the third spot, but still faster on lap number two. Marks second and Williamson third of four cars so far in Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. Next two cars on the Speedway now, making his Lucas Oil Speedway debut here tonight from Lemoore, California. Honest Dave Roofing, Metal Supply Depot, FK Shocks, number 16T. Here is Cole Macedo. And also on the racetrack from Kokomo, Indiana, the Dirty Air, Ike's Performance, Donna's Pool and Patio, Octane Inc., number 9P, the law firm, Parker Price Miller. Lap one for Cole Macedo is going to be fourth quick, 13.440, 13440. Lap number one for Parker Price Miller is going to be sixth quick, 13.783, 137.783. Macedo on lap number two, he will be better, stays fourth, 13.338, 13338. Parker Price Miller, lap two is going to be better as well, but stays sixth quick, 13.614, 13614. So Cole Macedo fourth and Parker Price Miller sixth of six cars here in Flight A of qualifying. Two more cars coming out of the racetrack from Overland Park, Kansas. The J.B. Henderson Construction, Missy Dog Transportation, Smith Titanium, Miller Bonded, Giacomo's Vineyard, number 45X of Jace Park. And also on the racetrack from St. Mary's, New South Wales, Australia, the BR Motorsports Titan Machinery, Elite Installation, Zip Bonds, King Racing Products, 55V, the Madman, Kerry Madsen. Lap one for Jace Park, fifth quick, 13.479, 13479. Lap one for Kerry Madsen is going to be third quick, 13.178, 13178. Jace Park, lap number two for him is going to be better, fifth quick, 13.270, 13270. And Kerry on lap number two to the top into the 12-second bracket, 12.976 to the top for Kerry Madsen on lap number two. The Vermeer Motorsports 55V came to play here tonight. Next up from Lubbock, Texas, the Horizon Whiskey, Carbon Safety Technology, Lubbock Record, Five Nights Truck Accessories, ShopTruckParts.com, number one of Brenham Crouch. And from Leduc, Alberta, Canada, the Warrior Building Development, Pack Rat Dumpsters, Nelson Brothers Construction, Building Packages Direct, number 99 of Skylar G. Lap one for Brenham Crouch is going to be fifth quick, 13.247, 13247. Skylar G, lap one for him is going to be fourth quick, 13.111, 13111. Brenham Crouch on lap number two, looking for an improvement, and he will find it third quick, 13.081. Lap two for Skylar G is going to be now third quick, 13.074. So good pair of laps there from Skylar G and Brenham Crouch, third and fourth respectively so far after 10 cars in Flight A of qualifying. Very, very close to that track record. Can we see somebody break it here by the end of Capital Custom Trailer qualifying? Next on the racetrack, from McLarenville, South Australia, the Michael Dutcher Motorsports, Lifestyle Homes, Griffin's Propane, Parallax Motorsports 17GP, it is Scott Boguski. And from Odessa, Missouri, the Motor Haven, Schnee Lawson Chassis Design Source Flooring, Able Group, TNT Equine, number 74 of Xavier Doney. Xavier Doney, car number 74, Scott Boguski in the 17GP. Lap one for Boguski is going to be ninth quick, 13.487, 13487. Doney on lap one is going to be ninth quick now, 13.352, 13352. Boguski, an IRA winner earlier this year at Mississippi Thunder. Not too long ago, lap number two for him is better, eighth quick, 13.287. And here comes Doney on lap number two. He'll be sixth quick now, 13.199, 13199. Good lap there for Xavier Doney, a sixth place run. Meanwhile, Boguski in ninth of 12 cars that have come out so far. Next up, from Clovis, California, the Sander Engineering, Four Seas Construction, Autry Plumbing, SynCal, driven to save lives. Number 14, it's Corey Day. And also on the racetrack, from Clute, Texas, the Fulkins Brothers Trucking, STC, Bargain Barn, American Table, Commercial Edge, number 87 of Aaron Reitzel. Aaron Reitzel, the 87, Corey Day in the 14. Lap 1 for Corey Day is going to be third quick, 13.052, 13052. Lap 1 for Aaron Reitzel, he's up to 7th quick, 13.107, 13107. Day led 8 laps before losing an engine earlier on this year. Here he's second quick on lap 2, 12.978, 12978. Lap number 2 for Aaron Reitzel is going to be slower, 13.189. First lap better, 13.107. Reitzel 7th quick and Corey Day second by 2 1,000ths of a second as Kerry Madsen continues to show the way. Should be your final 2 cars in Flight A qualifying. On the racetrack next from Ankeny, Iowa, the C&D Elevator Construction, Higher View Enterprises, Youngco Builders, Tom Davis Automotive, number 44 of Chris Martin. And from Hanover, Pennsylvania, the Pell's Tire Service, RF Knox Company, the Auto Bar, RSI Outdoors, number 1A of Jacob Allen. Lap 1 for Chris Martin is going to be 15th quick, 14.082, 14082. Lap number 1 for Jacob Allen, he's now 14th quick, 13.549, 13549. Chris Martin way out wide there off of turn 4. He's going to improve on lap 2 to a 14.046. And for Jacob Allen on lap number 2, he is now 13th quick, 13.414, 13414. So that's going to do it for Flight A qualifying. How about it for Kerry Madsen? 12.976 is so far the quickest overall, but we still have Flight B left to come out. These will be the drivers racing against each other in their own heat races. So the cars you just saw that just qualified, they will all heat race against each other. Now these next couple of cars, they will heat race against each other later on as well. Here comes the first 2 cars in Flight B, led out by the driver out of Visalia, California, the Commercial Edge, Rasmussen Service Center, Elliott's Custom Trailers, Fulkins Brothers Trucking, Fat Ed's Eyewear, number 8 of Corey Eliason. And from Sheboygan, Wisconsin, the Scott Thiel Builders, Gibbsville Cheese, Professional Platings, Ludwig and Sons Trucking, Total Restoration, number 73 of Scotty Thiel. Lap 1 for Corey Eliason is going to be 13.045, 13045. Lap number 1 for Scotty Thiel, 13.715, 13715. Eliason's first lap, pretty good right there. Lap number 2 for him is going to be better. That is the new quick time of the night, 12.957. Lap number 2 for Scotty Thiel is going to slow down to a 13.797. But now the best lap we've seen so far tonight turned in by Corey Eliason, a 12.957. He has been a qualifying machine here as of recent with High Limit Racing. Next up from Monrovia, Indiana, the Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Trim by Design, RKL Paving number 13 of Justin Peck, and from Gravelous Mills, Missouri, the Ozark Barge and Dock, Wet Steps, High Performance Lubricants, Hidden Gravel number 3 of Ayrton Jeniton. Ayrton Jeniton in the 3, Justin Peck in the 13. Lap 1 for Justin Peck is going to be second quick, 13.197, 13197. Jeniton on lap 1 for him is going to be third quick, 13.454, 13454. Lap number 2 for Justin Peck, he will improve to a 13.175, 13175. And Jeniton on lap number 2, he will improve as well, stays third quick at 13.308. So Justin Peck second and Ayrton Jeniton in third of 4 cars so far in Flight B of Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. Next on the racetrack, from Higginsville, Missouri, the Casey's, FVP, Andy's Frozen Custard, Ditsville Transfer Impact Signs, Restless Spirits, number 21 of Blackjack Brian Brown. And from St. Helena, California, the Rico Abreu, Kerbag Ajadian Racing, Sea Valley Transportation, El Bandido, Yankee Tequila, ArcZone.com, Carmen Trucking, number 24 of Rico Abreu. Lap 1 for Brian Brown is going to be fourth quick, 13.385. Lap 1 for the track record holder at Lucas Oil Speedway is going to be third quick, 13.299, 13299. Lap number 2 for Brian Brown is going to be better, stays fifth quick, 13.380, 13380. And Rico on lap number 2 is second quick, 13.160, 13160. Corey Eliason still at the top though, 12.957. Abreu second and Brown fifth of 6 cars. Next up from Canton, Illinois, it is the NOS Energy Drink. Logan Contractor, Elliott's Custom Trailers, TK Concrete, Zip Bonds, number 55. Here is Chris Wyndham. And also on the racetrack from Sutter, California, the Mountain Mechanical Health Turf Farms, MPV Express, the Hayloft, number 24S, it's Logan Seavey. Lap 1 for Wyndham is going to be fourth quick, 13.301, 133.301. Logan Seavey on lap 1 for him is going to be fourth quick now, 13.185, 131.85. Chris Wyndham, lap number 2 will be better. That's third quick, 13.162, 131.62. Logan Seavey on lap number 2. How about it? He's going to be a little bit slower there, 13.198. First one was better, 13.185. But how about it for Chris Wyndham? Third quick, 13.162 on his opening lap. Or on his second lap, I should say. He is third overall. Next up from Liberal, Kansas, the Bybee Electric Trucks Plus, Mel Hamilton Racing, Donut Racing, engines number 36. Here is Jason Martin, and the guy that was fast during hot laps earlier on from Lebanon, Indiana, the True Timber Camo, Nice Crete Landis Block, GRC Transportation, High Performance Lubricants, FuelPools.com, number 5 of Spencer Baston. Baston in the 5, Martin in the 36. Lap 1 for Jason Martin. He's going to be ninth quick, 13.758, 137.58. Lap 1 for Spencer Baston is going to be second quick, 13.013, 13013. Jason Martin, lap number 2 is going to be going slower, 13.821. First one better, 13.758. Baston on lap number 2 is going to be just a tick slower, 13.107. First one better, 13.013. Spencer Baston second, Jason Martin 10th of 10 cars here in Flight B of qualifying. Next two cars rolling onto the Speedway now. From Warrensburg, Missouri, the Beaver Drill and Tools, Saw Drill Manufacturing, Bleeding Disorders of the Heartland, number 12X of Cameron Key. And from Angola, Indiana, the Sundollar Restoration, Ford Performance, Sage Fruit, Race Ravine Foundation, number 26 of Zeb Wise. Zeb Wise in the 26, Cameron Key in the number 12X. Lap 1 for Cameron Key is going to be 8th fastest, 13.317, 13317. Lap number 1 for Zeb Wise is going to be 7th quick now, 13.257, 13257. Lap number 2 for Cameron Key, 8th quick, 13.279, 13279. And Zeb Wise, his second time by the line is going to be slower, 13.392. First one better, 13.257. Zeb Wise 7th, Cameron Key 8th of 12, with just a few more cars left to qualify here in Flight B. Next two qualifiers from Terre Haute, Indiana, the Honest Dave Roofing Metal Supply Depot, number 14, and it is Kevin Newton. And from St. Helena, Missouri, the G&T Farms, Impact Signs, Awnings, and Wraps, Terry Newton's Racing, A Masonry Materials, number 21R of Gunnar Ramey. Gunnar Ramey in the 21R, Kevin Newton the 14N. Lap 1 for Kevin Newton is going to be a 13.759. Lap 1 for Gunnar Ramey, 11th quick, 13.406, 13406. Newton tonight making his Lucas Oil Speedway debut. He comes off of turn number 4. Lap number 2 for him is going to be better to a 12th quick. Lap 2 for Gunnar Ramey is better as well. 10th quick, a 13.352 for Ramey and a 13.458 for Newton. Both of those drivers faster on their second time by the line. Should be your final two qualifiers of the night on the racetrack. From Memphis, Tennessee, the Mike's Pool Care, Center Farms, Stinson's Industrial, River City Hydraulics, number 40 of Howard Moore. And from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the West River Trailer Sales, CP Excavating and Mining, McDonald Farms, Olson Towing, number 10 of Ryan Timms. Lap 1 for Howard Moore. He will be 10th quick, 13.329, 13329. Ryan Timms, lap 1 is going to be 7th quick, 13.217, 13217. Howard Moore looking to complete his qualifying run. Lap 2 is going to be slower for him, a 13.350. And for Ryan Timms on lap number 2, third quick, 13.032, 13032 for Ryan Timms. Third quick, the speed continues in that number 10 car. And that is going to do it for Capital Custom Trailer qualifying here tonight. Your fastest driver overall coming from Flight B, the number 8 of Corey Eliason, 12.957. Just over a 10th off the track record for Eliason. He was fastest in Flight B over Spencer Baston, Ryan Timms, Rico Abreu, and Chris Wyndham. Flight A, it was Kerry Madsen fastest in that group. Corey Day was second, Casey Kane was third, Skylar G fourth, and Brenham Crouch was fifth. Getting a good look at the 8 car of Eliason. He was the first car out for Flight B qualifying. And I mentioned it earlier, he has been very, very good when it comes to time trials here over the last couple of weeks with Kubota Highland Racing, and it continues on here tonight at the Diamond Classic at Lucas Oil Speedway. We're going to take a break here on FloRacing. When we come back, it is time for opening ceremonies here at the Diamond Classic, the Diamond of Dirt Tracks, Lucas Oil Speedway in Wheatland, Missouri.
Driven to Save Lives is inspiration.
To hear Brian's heartbeat again, I'll never forget that moment.
Driven to Save Lives is bigger than Brian.
You have entered stage 5 kidney failure.
Cave Fry, save 5 lives.
What Driven to Save Lives does is gives all of us the opportunity to be Brian Clausen.
When it comes to magneto ignition performance, there's only one name that you can trust, and that's BR Motorsports Ignitioneering. Servicing the racing industry for over 30 years, our state-of-the-art Magneto Dyno Test Lab facility is equipped with the most technically advanced equipment available. And that's why crew chiefs like Paul Silva and Philip Dietz choose BR for all their ignition needs. To learn more, visit us at brpromag.com.